Hello, and welcome to the Cusp Astrology. If you're new to this channel, my name is Seth, and I enjoy creating videos that help us in the astrology community stay well-rounded and always thinking critically. Today we're going to be discussing the standard for understanding astrology. It's a term I use lovingly because what I'm really referring to is the fundamentals of astrology. From enthusiasts all the way up to seasoned astrologers, we all have to engage in the fundamentals. And it's these fundamentals that fit perfectly with content that you're finding on Instagram, on Twitter, on Tumblr. It all boils down to that. Now, what they may lack in depth, they certainly make up for in entertainment and accessibility. These memes and keyword lists are kind of perfectly digestible and a fantastic means of introducing astrology. All that to say, it's not the astrology that I do. At least not anymore. Somewhere on the screen, you're going to find a link to a series that I did as a baby astrologer on the oppositions of the Zodiac. And I think that serves as a prime example of the standards in astrology. My next series is actually going to be revisiting this subject from a new perspective, where I'm actually going to be covering the axes of the Zodiac. So I hope you guys will come back and watch that. So I'm not trying to say that my content these days is going to be this epitome of depth and acumen, but what I can say is that my content will come with a level of complexity and nuance that comes at the cost of accessibility. So you've been warned. So let's really get down to a prime example of the standard of astrological knowledge by reviewing the 12 zodiac signs. And we're going to be reviewing them with information that's really gained through osmosis. Think of memes and listicles and whatnot. Just the idea of like information you pick up on the astrological signs without really getting into like real research. So from this perspective, we get Aries, the one-track minded energy that's quick to move and quick to react. Where we find Libra, that is more demure, of two minds, and thoughtfully reluctant. We find Taurus, this energy that is ruled by physical sensation, that is totally blissed out when idle. Then you have Scorpio on the other end, that refuses to be ruled by anything. Yet they are motivated by deep inner feelings, feelings that, like most everything in their lives, has to periodically be transformed. Next you find Gemini, the gossip, the energy that travels with their ear to the ground as they zip from interesting thing to interesting thing. Then you have Sagittarius on the other end, who's more of the prophet. They maneuver through life with their eyes glued ahead, searching the horizon for the next sign. Next we have Cancer, the energy of the mother, the energy of the caretaker, right? This is the energy of the person that's just way too sensitive. And then on the other end, you got Capricorn, the energy of the father, the energy of the provider, the energy of the hard ass who seems not sensitive enough. And then we find Leo. This is ego, right? Pretty simple. Brash, self-focused, but still big-hearted. On the other end of that, we find Aquarius, the energy that's detached from it all. They may be a little weird, but it's not really for your attention. Then you find Virgo, this energy that's kind of really fussy and fastidious about it all. Detail-oriented and tidy about basically everything. And then on the other end, you find Pisces, this kind of freewheeling and seemingly led by unseen forces sort of energy. They're characters that tend to be lost in the clouds, either the ones in the sky or the ones coming out of the bongs. Again, this standard of astrology is really fun and really memorable. And I think also arguably just knowledge driven enough that it counts as like great entry-level astrology. So you can think of this osmosis driven understanding of the zodiac as like astrological neo-myths, right? They give him, albeit smaller, but still ranging spectrum of characteristics that can be easily remembered and easily applied to horoscope. Though I do think we run into trouble if these neo-myths, let's say, are only applied to sun signs. or if they're inappropriately applied to houses or planets. So for the sake of this video, I really just want to let it be known that the standard is being posed to highlight the differences that can be found in my approach to astrology. I'm not really interested in the oppositions. I'm not interested in what's opposite. I'm interested in the similarities between signs. I'm interested in the inherent thing that connects signs and planets and houses. What I'm most interested in is themes. Also, for the sake of my videos to come, let's do away with the idea that when I say a sign, like if I was to say Aquarius, the assumption that I'm talking about an Aquarius person or an Aquarius sun sign, that habit is really just something that's going to hold us back. So I'd really like this video to set the stage for understanding the natal chart utilizing inductive natal astrology. This is the practice of astrology that I've developed, and I utilize it with every client that I see. I hope you all enjoyed this preface. I've missed you all dearly, and I can't wait to get back to work right here on YouTube. With that being said, I think now is the perfect time to remind you to give this video a thumbs up. In the footnotes, you will find a link to my Patreon page, and there you can check out exclusive series and exclusive posts. Subscribe if you haven't already, and ring my bell so you will know when I upload that new series that I was talking about. Yeah, thanks for watching, and embrace the stars, but always think critically.